Our news media house, SKN Newsline, wins Best Regional Media category in the prestigious Antigua and Barbuda Global Music and Media Awards, which was held recently in St. John's, Antigua. SK Newsline was nominated among several other regional media houses, including ZIZ Broadcasting, ABS TV and Radio in Antigua and Barbuda, CNC3 in Trinidad and Tobago, Television Jamaica, and others. A post on SK Newsline's Facebook page on Friday following the official announcement from the organizers of the awards ceremony read, quote, "Celebration time. We won the Best Regional Media Award at the 2023 Antigua and Barbuda Global Music and Media Awards. Thanks to the organizers of the event for nominating us and for granting us this prestigious recognition. Also, many thanks to you, our fans and viewers, for supporting us and voting during the voting period. We will continue to do our best in serving the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis and by extension, the wider Caribbean. God bless." End quote. SK Newsline started in December 2016 as a digital news service covering news in St. Kitts and Nevis. Coverage later expanded to include other Caribbean islands in the SKN Newsline Newscast, which airs daily at 7 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook. As of 2023, SK Newsline has been broadcasting daily on TVC Channel 40 on the cable and online at www.tvcplus.live, as well as on TVC on the Tel TV cable network in St. Martin. SK Newsline will celebrate 7 years of broadcasting on December 13th, 2023. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
Just what would it take for St. Kitts and Nevis to avoid the pitfall of overdependence on the Citizenship by Investment Program? Having experienced the socio-economic challenges on our over-reliance on the sugar industry is a question many ask in light of revelations of the large portion of the economic pie that the CBI takes. Asked about this looming predicament in a 7th November press conference with Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew in the context of climate change impacts and global financial and economic influences, his response pointed to the need to take sustained action to significantly reduce our overdependence on CBI.
With respect to the CBI, is contributing presently, especially to our current budget, at least 50%. Let's start with that. So it's contributing significantly. I'm aware of that, you're aware of that. Why? Because tourism went down, other industries went down during COVID, and then again, I don't think you can think of any major investments that took place over the last 7 years. You can't think of any. If you think any major investments that brought foreign direct dollars into St. Kitts and Nevis outside of the CBI, there was none. So we appreciate that issue. So what are we seeking to do in terms of cutting our dependence on CBI? We are trying to, one, strengthen sectors and to bring new sectors online and really to do things. And I'll give you some concrete examples. For example, tourism. Why is it we are pushing to increase tourism by 15% this year in terms of airlift, cruise and so forth? Why is it we are pushing that so hard? So that tourism has the potential to generate more for us. And if it does that, it means that our dependence on the CBI will be lessened. Again, CBI is not important. We want CBI to remain. It's critically important as part of our economic structure by the diversification of our economy and making sure that we work as hard as possible to reduce our dependence on multiple things that have nothing to do with us. Food importation and so forth. These prices we don't control. All that is why we want to create a sustainable island state.
From all accounts, it is in this country's best interest to be proactive now to avoid painful economic pitfalls that could come our way. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
It's beautiful. He took one look at you and the angels started singing.
Another wonderful day.
What would you say about staying here for a few months or like a year, just so that we can be together again and just live and love and laugh and have fun and breathe?
Why are you hiding out on a little Caribbean island, singing in a beach bar?
When I came here, I was at peace, and I never left.
This is the beating heart of Nevis. This is what grounds me, what feeds my soul. It's where I found myself.
I hope your life here will be full of joy. Love this island, my son. She will give you more than you can imagine.
Saturday, the 11th of November, marks a milestone for St. Kitts as the inaugural cruise call of the illustrious Disney Dream graces its shores. According to a press release from the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, this occasion not only signifies St. Kitts as a premier destination for the cruise industry, but also emphasizes the significant contributions that cruise tourism makes to the destination's thriving economy. As the cruise season continues to progress, St. Kitts eagerly embraces the opportunities this partnership brings for the island's prosperity and continued growth. The press release continued. The Disney Dream, meticulously built by renowned Disney Cruise Line, is a marvel of maritime elegance. Featuring unparalleled amenities and interactive entertainment, this vessel exemplifies the perfect marriage of leisure and luxury. By melding innovation, storytelling, and Disney's signature magic, the Disney Dream offers an unrivaled cruising experience for guests of all ages. The length of the vessel is 1,115 feet, with a capacity to accommodate over 4,000 guests. Disney Dream is equipped with an array of state-of-the-art facilities. These include an aqueduct water coaster, the first of its kind at sea, and the Senses Spa and Salon. The inaugural cruise call of Disney Dream, according to the release from the SKTA, not only promises an experience for its guests, but also ushers in an era of progress and prosperity for St. Kitts. As the second largest cruise ship in Disney's Cruise Line's acclaimed fleet, the vessel's arrival attests to the allure and appeal of St. Kitts as a must-visit destination in the Caribbean. This milestone reiterates the efforts made by both the Ministry of Tourism and the St. Kitts Tourism Authority to position St. Kitts as a world-class port of call. Mr. Ellison Tommy Thompson, Chief Executive Officer at the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, said, quote, "The arrival of an inaugural cruise ship is associated with an influx of visitors, generating a wide range of economic benefits, inclusive of increased revenue for local tour operators, taxi drivers, artisans, and entrepreneurs. It also serves as a catalyst for the creation of jobs both directly and indirectly associated with a thriving tourism sector." End quote. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.
Persons in the creative industry and producers of St. Kitts and Nevis will soon get guidance on how to monetize their talent, products and services through the assistance of the World Intellectual Property Organization based in Geneva, Switzerland. Officials of WIPO were in the Federation for a regional meeting of heads of intellectual property and ministers with responsibility for IPs. The occasion was the 11th meeting of Caribbean heads of intellectual property. According to Attorney General Garth Wilkin, WIPO will partner with St. Kitts and Nevis to implement a project that would enable creatives and others in the Federation to make money from their work.
St. Kitts and Nevis is the first in the world for WIPO to launch an IP and sports project where WIPO will engage consultants and meet with the Ministry of Sport and all of the stakeholders in sports teams, athletes, etc., to develop a strategy that can actually allow our sportsmen and women to monetize their talent. That we are trying to get with WIPO, who have the expertise and the funding to be able to help our people to then monetize their innovation, their talent, and their skills. So that is the macro level result of the meeting, and as the Director General said, great impact on me. We don't want these meetings just to be talk shops. We want there to be actual results. The minister responsible for sport and the creative economy was there. The Prime Minister was there. So they saw that St. Kitts and Nevis is serious about diversifying our economy by empowering our people economically. And when we have meetings like that, and we have the most senior people, the Director General, the Deputy Director General, the Regional Director for Caribbean and Latin America, the Caribbean Director, Ministers of IP, Permanent Secretaries of IP, Heads of IP, all come into St. Kitts and Nevis and see how serious we are by the participation of the leader of our government and the minister responsible for that area. They were very happy to say that they're willing to collaborate with us to make it a reality for our people to then monetize their products.
When implemented, it is believed that the results would be of significant benefit in building out the creative industry sector as well as support to other sectors. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
It's beautiful. He took one look at you and the angels started singing.
Another wonderful day.
Ah! What would you say about staying here for a few months or like a year, just so that we can be together again and just live and love and laugh and have fun and breathe?
Why are you hiding out on a little Caribbean island, singing in a beach bar?
When I came here, I was at peace, and I never left.
This is the beating heart of Nevis. This is what grounds me, what feeds my soul. It's where I found myself.
I hope your life here will be full of joy. Love this island, my son. She will give you more than you can imagine.
The House Speaker was clear. All reports from the Integrity Commission will be reviewed by her and the President of the Senate before they are tabled so they can know what the reports are about. For annual reports and special reports from the Integrity Commission,
once the report is submitted to Parliament, it will be sent to the Integrity Commission Oversight Committee for consideration and report. Once the committee has completed its deliberation, both the reports of the committee and the relevant report from the Integrity Commission will be tabled thereafter.
The idea of reports coming to Parliament and not being tabled immediately so that they become a matter of public record and public discussion is problematic for me.
For the opposition leader, the House Speaker is on the wrong track, and it raises questions about transparency and accountability. Mark Golding said there are several factors to consider. For example, the scheduling of meetings, the agenda, and mostly government members forming the committee.
So you could have a situation where a matter of public interest, a matter that is vital in terms of its impact on the governance of the country, is sent to Parliament, and because of this procedure, is sent to a committee without the members being aware of it, without the public being aware of it, because it's not tabled. And then the time frame for that committee to hear that matter is up to that committee to determine. I think that's a very unsatisfactory way of proceeding.
Legal and Constitutional Affairs Minister Marlene Malahoo Fort supported the Speaker's decision, arguing that the standing orders are clear.
The Integrity Commission Oversight Committee shall have the duty of convening and considering a report submitted to Parliament under Section 36 of the Integrity Commission Act. And it goes on to say that it is to be done within 30 days of the submission of the report.
The House Speaker said her ruling was in keeping with the opinion of the Attorney General and the Office of the Chief Parliamentary Counsel. Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
The National Community Foundation, a philanthropic nonprofit organization founded in St. Lucia with a mission to combat poverty by addressing the needs of the most marginalized and vulnerable groups, such as the elderly, disabled individuals, and students striving to access resources for their educational aspirations. NCF newly elected Executive Director Vanya Reed Hinkson introduces one of the programs designed to assist students.
In that program, we offer scholarships to students and bursaries of books, clothing, exam fees, even transportation. And this allows students to not only access their education, but to have, a really nuanced experience at both the secondary and the tertiary levels.
In terms of programming, the foundation is working on establishing a cohort system to enhance accessibility to social services, including psychological counseling, mentorships, and networking opportunities for the youth.
We are going to keep the annual tradition of a toy drive. So we will be targeting two primary schools, one in the north, one in the south, to distribute toys to young students. In addition to that, and what's a little bit new this year, is our intention to recognize cohort style our education beneficiaries.
Reed Hinkson also shares some of the upcoming plans the foundation has in store for the next year.
Moving forward, though, for the new year, we're hoping to really plan an extensive and exciting calendar for the year, which will feature a number of different fundraising socials, mentoring opportunities, volunteering opportunities, and just really initiatives to help not just bring the visibility of the organization back to the fore, but to allow for real efforts at community engagement and community building.
The foundation aims to leverage the power of social media to bring their vision to the forefront and reach those who need their support the most. Reed Hinkson is enthusiastic about forging strategic relationships with the public and corporate organizations, with the hope of securing investments, as much of the organization work relies on donations. Matoni Ferdinand, NBC Prime.
Arriving at the Élysée Palace for a conference on humanitarian aid for Gaza, hosted by French President Emmanuel Macron, world leaders and heads of aid agencies. Among them, Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Shtayyeh, who set the tone.
How many Palestinians must be killed for the war to stop? Is 6 children every hour enough? Is 4 women killed every hour enough? Is 10,000 killed in 30 days enough?
War indeed is a virus that always wants to expand. Then the current conflict is a wildfire that could consume the region that could spread.
Delegates discussed ways to re-establish food, water, electricity and medical supplies. They also talked about creating a maritime humanitarian corridor. France and Italy are already sending hospital ships to the region. Macron also said Paris would increase aid for Palestinians this year from 20 million to more than $100 million. But getting vital aid into Gaza, said Macron, will only happen if there's an immediate humanitarian pause in the fighting.
Civilians must be protected. That's absolutely indispensable and non-negotiable, and is an immediate necessity.
The French president hosted this conference not only to call for a humanitarian pause in the fighting to help civilians in Gaza, but also to urge the international community to work towards a lasting ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Until now, the European Union's backed a humanitarian pause, but refrained from calling for an end to the fighting, saying that Israel has a right to defend itself. But as the deaths increase in Gaza, so have calls in the bloc to end the bloodshed. Macron's talk of a ceasefire could signal a change of direction in Europe. Natasha Butler, Al Jazeera, Paris.
Italy's newest migration deal has been met with opposition from non-profit groups and questions from Albanian media. The Italian premier unveiled Monday a plan to send migrants to its neighbour across the Adriatic Sea as she met with her counterpart. Thousands of migrants arriving illegally in Italy will be sent to Albania, while their asylum bids are processed. The agreement consists in the fact that Albania will give Italy the opportunity to use some areas of Albanian territory in which Italy can create, at its own expense, under its jurisdiction, two structures where it can set up centres for the management of illegal migrants. The launch of the centres has been set for spring 2024. Officially, 145,000 migrants have arrived on Italy's shores since the start of the year, up from 88,000 during the same period last year. NGOs say dispositions of the agreement are illegal, especially as Albania is not an EU country. Once people are rescued at sea by Italian ships, we are talking about the ships of the Coast Guard, the Navy, the Finance Guard. The moment these people are rescued by these ships, they are technically on Italian territory. When they disembark in Albania, we are already talking about an act that goes against international law, but also against European law. The question of who will handle the deportation of rejected applicants remains unclear. A priest who serves as chaplain at a non-profit rescue group fears beyond the legal concerns there are solidarity and ethical concerns. Above all, it wounds their humanity because people rescued by ships from one country then are deported to another that is outside of the European Union and put inside these centres. It risks becoming something that really destroys their and also our humanity. Children and pregnant women will be excluded from the plan, with a large number of arrivals and limited number of initial asylum processing centres. Italy's facilities are overcrowded. Before Albania, the coastal European nation sought more solidarity, mainly in vain, from fellow EU nations.
Terence Hines bagged 4 wickets for 15 runs in the CT United Super 50 Cup semi-final versus the Guyana Happy Eagles, and said it was a breath of fresh air as he did not have the best of times in this tournament.
I will say my team backed me. I did not have a perfect tournament. I was okay. So today I know it's our semi-final. I'll try my best to come best.
Hines noted the final berth was due to the close-knit nature of the team.
I believe Bravo said it in our interview already. Family. Players one, we back each other. We be our brother keeper, you know. We play club cricket, most of the club cricket together. So we just come here and execute our skills.
Trinidad and Tobago will know their opponents tonight when the match between the Leeward Islands and Barbados comes to an end. Wayne Cunningham, TTT Sport.